For this Thursday morning, January the 22nd, 2024. I'm your host, Randy Williams. Good morning to you. How do you feel this morning? Certainly hope your morning is getting off to a good start. We do have some rain, is what we have in our forecast, not our forecast. It presently is raining off and on. And so, as we say in our business, the show must go on. And we had one or two technical problems earlier, but those have been solved. We may be operating a little lower on our power than what we've been here recently, but we'll increase the power shortly. 334-875-1490 and 1492 are the numbers to call if you have comments or questions. And our guest this morning is Councilwoman Janie Thomas. She has arrived. Before we're going to let her catch her breath, let's take one call in the meantime. Viewpoint, you're on the air.
Good morning, Randy.
Good morning. How are you?
I just want to ask you, where is Mr. Sam Walker that used to be at the voter right museum?
I think Sam is still recovering. You know, he had some medical issues. I've asked about him, and I see his brother from time to time, and so I understand he's doing well, and he's still recuperating.
Oh, okay. And Randy, Mr. Mark Miles Fuller is Saturday at 11 o'clock at Selma High.
It's going to be at Selma High.
At 11 o'clock Saturday.
Thank you. I didn't know. Nobody had told me. Thank you so much. All right, appreciate it. Viewpoint, you're on the air. Hello. Good morning. Well, we can't hear you. I'll give you one more shot before I let you go. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to hold the calls for a few minutes, and you can also join us live on our live stream on the YouTube channel, selmapostherald.com. Good morning, Councilwoman.
Good morning, Randy. Good morning, citizens.
How you doing?
I'm doing great this morning.
Yeah, I understand you had a busy day yesterday, huh?
Oh, yeah, Advocate Day. That means that, all your lawmakers and representatives, senators, these new laws for 2026 is coming out in place.
So how did it go?
Oh, it was well attended. It was, it was great.
Okay, and anything in particular that kind of that's new that the public needs to know about, and I understand there were a lot of new elected officials from across the state that were required to attend also.
Oh yes, we had a huge crowd. We had over 300 and some elected officials, mayors, and councils attend Advocate Day.
Mm-hmm. And so, what kind of things did you go over? Anything new that was new to you?
Yeah, we went over. We talked about a lot of important. When new elected officials come in,
right?
We talked about a lot of state examiner. What require of the municipality report, finance reports supposed to be
like audits and that kind of thing,
audits and all of that. And also we talked about letting us know that things that most of it based on education on how municipality government is supposed to function and to run on.
Mm-hmm. And so how did the people react? The new members?
The new people, they learned a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They found out a lot of things that for a first time elected official to understand how
things
it's
work,
your duty,
Mm-hmm.
because when you're dealing with the financing of the municipality, the councils, in most city, if you're mayor and former mayor and council government,
you gotta know what to do, huh?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And so now you've been. What level are you at now? I lose track.
Right now, I'm going into a marriage 2. I have completed all of. Now I'm at my marriage 2.
Wow! And so that's how many hours?
It's required 200 hours.
Goodness gracious me! Well, you ought to know what's going on then, huh?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so much yesterday because you're meeting new people, some of the people that I've been going since I've been serving for the city of Selma is some of them passed. You know, I had some ladies that I hung out with since I've been there,
Right.
and one passed last year,
Wow.
doing right before the holidays, and we had another council lady to pass, and a couple of my other associates that I've been with, they did make it back in this term. So it's like you're getting acquainted, you're learning other elected officials from other cities. You know, just like you're greeting yourself, you're welcoming them, you know, to know who you are and where you're from, and you could be talking, you know, comparing stuff.
Found out what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah. How is the Selma City Council and a new mayor and city council president doing? How are things going?
Everything is going great, and we have a body. You know, we have 5 ladies on there and 4 men, and they are Ashley and Nadine. They fit right in. They're willing to. They're learning, going to the trainings, and learning how municipality function on a day-to-day basis, and what the council duties are. You know what require of us, and it's a lot of learning. And once everybody's on the same page, everybody know how the city move forward. And that is why I love going to the league, because the league helps us put our city where we need to have it at, and it also helps us, the elected officials that are elected by the people. It gives them the knowledge and the ability to do the things that need to, because there's a lot of required of an elected official when you're dealing with the municipality, because you have 3 branches.
Yeah, I saw you at the Unity Breakfast on Monday, and you know, I know you've been pretty busy. Any particular issues in your ward that you're concerned about?
Oh yes, right now that's why I encourage my citizen in my ward to come out when I request when we have a ward meeting, or either come out to the council meeting. We have to get our citizen in the city of Selma involved in how the municipality, how funds, what we need to do, and basically now I'm focusing then on infrastructure. There's a lot of problems that I have in my ward with infrastructure. And I want, you know, I try to tell my citizen infrastructure, public safety, and dealing with a couple other things in our neighborhood we have to deal with. That people not understanding that we as citizens and as residents in our neighborhood, we have to take pride in what we do. Help us, volunteer, help us where we live at. Keep our neighborhoods. You know, I know we not the one, might not be throwing it out, but help us. That's the goal now in every city now. Every city is trying to beautify, and
So we're not the only ones that have a little problem.
If everybody watch Facebook, they see it all the time. Where other cities are showing where they clean up, like the Dr. King birthday. A lot of cities did cleanups.
Right.
A lot of cities did.
In fact, there was
Selma did clean up.
There was
Nonviolent and some of the other people, and some of the other organizations, they did cleanups. You know.
Yeah, I didn't get enough time to find out who it was that that marched across the bridge on Monday as the programs were overlapping between Safe Haven and Walk Across America. I noticed that they all had their safety vests on and the fluorescent safety vests, and they also had the litter pickups. Yeah, you know. So I don't know but they were young people. They look like students.
I know. I think Judge. I think it was Senator Robert Stewart, and I think Judge McGuire. You know, most of the people that had to clean up here. You know, by me being the representative
with the supplies.
The supplies, they called me and they picked them up. You know, to do what they needed to do. That's how we work together. You know, you have someone to have the supplies to do the work with.
Is 9th Avenue in your ward?
No, 9th Avenue is Nadine Sutter.
Okay, I wasn't sure if there was an overlap between, or is there
It's
some?
Nadine
Okay,
Sutter.
yeah, yeah. And so, how's the public safety piece going in Ward 7?
It's doing good. It's doing a lot. I have to thank the people that in my district that we all have worked together. It's been a long journey, but we get some rest at night. It's quiet,
Hmm.
and we just have to try to worry about keeping it. It's cold. The season is cold.
Right.
We try to work with. We have a lot of mental issue it's a problem, and we have people that they like to start fire, trying to keep warm. I seen that where the person was trying to keep warm. The house was already burnt, but he wanted to, and I told him, I said, there's some places if you can't get in. I said, a night like this, try to get with your family, folks, try to get to Pastor Grayson. I know his shelter be crowded, but I think people get down there early. So, I tell people all the time, we have family peoples out here. We need to help them make sure that they have places to stay this cold weather, because cold weather coming up this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So those are some of the tips that we look at, because we have enough of burnt houses down in the community, and we have enough of burnt houses in our neighborhood that we've been working on, especially the dilapidated houses, that's already falling in. We want to work on that. We've been trying to do some of these progress for 9 years.
Right.
We need to work on trying to get some of this out in the neighborhood to make our neighborhood revitalized. We want to revitalize our community, and I get calls. People be complaining about the houses next to their property, and I feel that as people paying taxes, that's their problem. They need to clean up their property or tear it down, especially if something been sitting up over a period of years. I think 3 years is enough of a person, not when you've got a house been burnt and sitting up over 9 to 10 years, or your house done fell in or completely just fell in, and you have a nice house living right next to that.
Right.
People looking at better code enforcement, moving things, people asking, questions. So that's why I try to encourage our people to get involved when we have meetings, so you can ask questions and you can get on there if you're concerned. Get on there, the work session, and bring your issues to direct. You know, you have to work together to make these things happen.
And so we're going to take a break. And then when we come back, I think there's some things that you wanted to make sure that you covered today. And so we'll get into that after these messages. Okay.
Yeah.
And we're still on YouTube.
Okay.
Donald Thomas, Phil. All right, be safe out there, Mike. Yes, sir.
Randy,
Mm-hmm.
it's been raining today. What do you think of? How you think the weather gonna be?
I think, well, the good news is it's not going to be, we shouldn't have any freezing rain or snow in this area. North Alabama is going to get it pretty rough, though. And it sounds like Birmingham and Huntsville are going
You
to get
think
the,
so?
it's going to may freeze up there. 1490 WHBB. We were talking about the weather. You know, I don't know. I know that in Florida, you could be in North Florida, but a lot of the power stations and carriers were in Central Florida. So if something happened in the Orlando or Gainesville area, it could affect the rest of the state. And so I don't know if that is, I don't know how the power grid is set up in Alabama, but I know that they're preparing in Birmingham and Huntsville, North Alabama, for ice and possibly snow. And that ice gets on the power lines,
Yes.
and that's when the power lines break. Now, how much of those substations, supply our area, I don't know, but it's good to be prepared for it just in case. Also, I noticed that in Montgomery, there's a number of organizations that have the warming stations,
Yes.
for people when it gets cold like this.
Yeah.
And so we got a long way to go, in our resources. We don't have the resources
No, we
that
not
Montgomery
like
has.
yeah, Montgomery, and that's another thing too that we talk about too at these sessions and training.
Right.
Montgomery and Birmingham, they
got the money.
They got the money,
Right.
and they got the population.
Right.
And they can do all these things. And what we need to look at, they reached out to us and told us a lot of we can there's a lot of grants and things are out that they
For a rural
need,
area.
yes,
Mhm.
that they have offered, said they can help us.
Right.
That we can reach out to try to find some programs or try to find some things that can help us in our city.
Right.
And those are the goals and the plans that we look at. I would hopefully that someone would come up sooner and put a station, a base or something in the area of the city of Selma, so we can take a lot of these people off the street.
Well, I'm not gonna say I've got burned out, but after a while, you kind of spinning your wheels. But I've worked on for years trying to get a one-stop center that would deal with homelessness and a number of other problems. But again, having the financial reason and the political will, all these silos, all these different organizations pulling against each other instead of working together complicates things.
Yes.
Everybody want to be in charge. I got to be the head man in charge, or I ain't going to do it.
All us can work together.
Yeah, we don't forget about the people. Don't worry. I'm not thinking about the people. I'm thinking about how good I look in the public eye.
But the people elected us to look for, to work on these resources, to pull, when you have your executive branch in your legislative branch.
Right.
Those are the ways that you look at things that to focus on what we need to have.
Well, see, we've learned how to win elections, but have we learned how to govern? We got to focus.
Brandon, we are learning being government. It takes it takes a long time. You got to get all the tools to get in to make sure that we get the quality.
Well, I compliment you because you've been on the right track all along, improving your knowledge of the process and understanding what government does. And there are advantages the government has that I cannot do as an individual citizen. But when the government represents us collectively and whatever resources we do have,
And that's why I like to come and share with the people of the city of Selma, and some of our other council people will get a chance to talk to. They have jobs,
right?
To update when we go to these trainings and attendance. We should be able to come back and let them know why we go to these trainings, what the purpose of these trainings.
Right. And as a programming note, yesterday, a $500,000 grant was announced for the residents of Craig Field and Pine Glen. They're going to get they're going to have some of those water pipes replaced.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then there's a $4 million grant for sewage for Selmont. And I may get a chance to play some of that. If not today, then I'll play it tomorrow. I played it earlier, but I wasn't quite finished with it. We had some technical problems. I did want to make a note of that. But now you got some stuff here you want to share with us this morning.
And I had, y'all wanted to share. We always try to wonder how we can, in our wards, that we look at the issues that we need to take care of. And I learned this yesterday. I got it from the mayor out of Thomasville. Everybody knows when you go through Thomasville, you see how much progress that
it's been a while since, but my uncle used to live in Thomasville, and he had a hunting club down there. I used to go down there, on a regular basis. But it's been a while. It's been several years since I've been to Thomasville, but I'm hearing that there's a lot of progress being made.
He told, when you ask a question, you get answered. And he suggested, and we've been trying to do, we call it shovel-ready projects. Before they were talking about shovel-ready projects.
I never forget. We never did get anything out of it. We had the projects ready and the shovel, but the money never came.
Yeah, but he told us how we have to get it. And he was telling us, he said, I was talking to him about something that I had been working on in our city, about projects getting our streets repaired, the infrastructure money.
Right.
And he told us, he said, it's a lot of money there for infrastructure. He said, but y'all got to get we're going to work on getting us an engineer to go out in our areas that these projects that we've been trying to get our streets fixed, like the drains and stuff.
Right.
And he said, you get all those together, have a plan set up of the structure of the work that we want to get done in our wards, and he said you put it like a combination, and you have your mayor to go to Washington D.C. and meet the person over that infrastructure money,
right,
and try to get the money for us to get our streets. And I'm hoping that all the council, all of us together will
in other words, you're developing relationships, and trying to get piped in the pipeline with information.
Yes. And I say we've been doing it. We've been waiting on a long time, and we want to get our streets fixed. And he was telling us that there is plenty of money. Congresswoman Terry Sewell give us money too, but downtown redevelopment authority, they give us money.
Right.
But we're looking at some of of our residents, some of the funding that we need to get our areas in our wards fixed.
Right.
And then, he was educating on us, telling us how we can work
what
on
to go through and how to do it.
He said that's how he gets his money. He has to go to Washington, D.C. and speak to the person that's
in
over
charge.
That funding.
Yeah.
So he can get
the money. So they know who you are, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, I told him, I said, well, that is a good thing. I said, because we do need the infrastructure. Now, everybody said we'll be happy if we can get the money to go and fix all these, especially.
Wouldn't it be wonderful
in the wards
if everybody did your job? That's all you got to do. Do your job. I can't say it any more louder than that. Do your job and stop worrying about all this other these distractions and nonsense. Do your job.
So that's our goal. We want to look at to see if we can get some of that money up from there from Washington, D.C. to get our streets. We're pushing hard because in the residents, the streets will need to be.
Oh yeah, it's sad that it's taking this long, for you to be able to.
And then we want the citizen to understand, when people think that we have a lot of money, but if you point out where the money is supposed to be used at in the residence, like we just got that rest of that other money for the storm, tornado that going in the west part of.
West Selma?
Well, good. And then it's going out on Dallas Avenue in Old Town.
Good, yeah. I know they've been waiting for a while, huh?
Yeah, they've been waiting for a while. So I'm talking about like where we got other wards like 4, 5, 6.
That damage
7.
as well. Yeah.
We looking for infrastructure for the streets and the storm drains.
Right.
Get these because we have a lot of problems with
the water when it backs up.
Yeah, when it
backs up. And some of that is because people are putting their TVs and their couches and all their garbage over and on top of the drains.
And then a lot of things too, Brandon. We looking too for that the guy that give us, with these problems with these pipes under the ground.
Right.
We hadn't had under that infrastructure with these pipes.
Because that's old pipes.
We hadn't had work done like that in decades.
Right. In some areas, right.
Yes.
Well, the downtown areas should be squared away now. But like you say, you got to focus in on the other wards.
Yeah, we have a problem with, and that's what the people are looking for in the community.
Right. Let me ask you a few questions now. I was looking at the last count, the work session agenda.
Mhm.
What is Act 2025-383?
It is a new for public works when it comes to public work bidding. The law required, like if we getting streets repaired, like if we get something you're building, you're required to put it out for a bid, and it'll show. It's a website all municipalities are supposed to have in there, where you citizens can be able to see, anyone can be able to see once they put up on the website the type of work and the bid process, or either how you form of your resolution for it or how you're going to do it. It's a site to be put up.
Okay.
And it was done in October of 2025 when it was passed.
Right.
And it went in effect. It went in effect then. And so now we all
are we in compliance?
Well, we all going to be in compliance. Everybody has to do it now. We have to have that site put up.
We're coming to the phone line in just a minute. What is the GMC
The
project?
GMC project that's what I keep talking about, the Crestwood and 10th Avenue. If you ever been over there on 10th Avenue, we have paid, you know how you pay pothole,
Right.
We've been paid till the street is paid, just patching the potholes. It's not working anymore.
You need to resurface the street.
The whole street, and that street starts from Summerfield. You got to go from 10th to Roof, then from 10th to Carroll, and then from 10th to Springdale. You're taking like 3 blocks. You're coming off of Summerfield, and it's a long part, and it requires.
So how does it look in terms of being funded and beginning?
That's the problem.
You still got the problem.
Listen, that's the problem right now. That's why I keep talking about it and trying to find the funding. And Crestwood is the same way. Crestwood is for Summerfield. When you go back up in there, it runs across the other side, a roof on the other side. Crestwood has been being repaired the same way. You keep putting your money trying to fix it, but the whole street.
But it's not enough. You gotta redo it.
I think all that property is on the Perisol or something.
Oh, well, that's the thing about Dallas County and Selma. We have so many different type soils, and that sometimes you get the clay and sometimes you get the prairie grass, and and then we're sitting on top of the Alabama River. that kind of complicates things too sometimes. Let's see. We've had a caller sitting there for a minute. Viewpoint, are you still there, caller?
And I want to say, first of all, congratulations to Ms. Thomas on her winning of the age of the jury. And I think it's very clear. And I think we all think that we have to put a team for you this time. And you have a real community. Okay? So we have to stop. And I think all of us are going to do together. Ms. Thomas.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Myers live in our area, in our ward.
Did she want to know, I guess, if Mark Miles lived in
Yes, on 10th Avenue.
Some of the people who came around, I can't. When that's in my car yesterday, I'm not hearing. Some of my listening must not be working right at different times. So that's in my call and I asked a question yesterday. But I'm not hearing through the phone as I'm trying to talk to you.
Well, no, your phone, I don't know what it is, but you're not coming through clear. I can understand you. I'm trying to listen, for difficult audio, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on with your phone. I can hear you, but but go ahead and make your point, and then we're gonna have to let you go.
I know all of us are agreeing so much about Mr. Miles because he was such a a wonderful person to all of us, everyone. And I look forward to I'm going to get in contact with you also, Ms. Thomas, about some things that I know that I need for you with some people to work on.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr.
Thank you for calling. We're going to cut it short because you're having some technical issues. Go ahead, Councilwoman.
Yes, Mark Miles lives in Ward.
I'm
7 on 10th
amazed.
Avenue.
I'm amazed. Usually, when a lot of our community workers pass away and die, the same day, certainly by the next day, I see black ribbons going up in their honor. I haven't seen one for Mr. Miles. I don't know why.
He works with nonviolence.
I understand they have one.
Sure.
I understand they have one over there. But what about these other organizations that he worked with?
Now, now he's a part of with Judge, Prosecutor, DA.
Turner.
Yes, all of us initiate in that group together. He started that program with zero crime thing.
Oh, really? Did he? I'm not familiar with it. I haven't gotten involved.
Yeah, we all meet. Yet. We all. It's a bunch. It's a group of us.
Right.
Mark was he's very organized. I got to know Mark. He worked with a labor union in Atlanta, Georgia, and we shared. Always talked about the labor movement and stuff that we have done in the past. And he's sort of like he's a field person. Go out. He know how to communicate. He know how to get across to the kids. He know how to work with.
Well, he wasn't afraid. He
never was afraid.
He would get out. He let you know where he was coming from. You didn't have to guess what his agenda was.
He was always connected. When you connected with the public and the people.
Right.
He was always there. I don't care where you saw him at. He was
I hope some of these organizations that have honored all these other people will honor him with the black ribbon to commemorate his death. But that's a little personal.
And I know that the city of Selma, I know that I know the city of Selma and the mayor and all us, we do that, recognize people that.
Well, the mayor issued a statement that morning.
Yes.
Saturday morning, Mayor Morris, he was. I'll give him credit because I don't know if there's been any tragedy so far that he's been over as head of the city that he hasn't responded to, that he hasn't either expressed his condolences publicly to the family or, so those things, Mayor Reed in Montgomery, I think just about every time somebody is murdered in Montgomery, Mayor Reed makes a comment and expresses his condolences, sensitive to the needs of the people and not just himself.
Yes.
So.
And Randy, Bob was strong on that work and determined to work with in the community about the violence and talk to the youth about trying to stay out of.
Who was that?
Mark.
Okay,
yes,
all right. I know he was.
And Randy, that's why we say that we work together, community that encourage our people in the city of Selma. We can all get along. We don't have to shoot and.
No, we don't have to. We can do better.
And I use a prime of where I'm from in the neighborhood,
right
on the west side.
Right.
The west side is quiet.
Right.
It's a lot better.
So the question is, hopefully, it's not going to move. Well, hopefully, it's not going to keep moving around in Dallas County. If it's not originating here, it needs to stay wherever it originates from.
Yes.
And it really doesn't need to happen there. And so hopefully, I know we can do better. The Selma that I know and Selma that I know were neighborhoods where we cared about each other.
And then that's the problem. When you grow up in the neighborhood, at our age now, if you live in the neighborhood and you grow up and you're still there,
right?
You have the ability to talk to people,
right? And
people know you've been there all the time,
right?
And this is not the way we live, over here,
right?
If that's your company, you need to control it,
right?
But like I tell people all the time, you can't control everything.
No, some of that you can't control. You can try, but if somebody's determined to be ignorant and determined to be unruly and determined, sometimes people need attention.
Oh yeah.
And they go to great lengths, and then when they really ultimately get the attention they really want, they're in jail, or a hospital, or the grave. And when are we going to learn? But that's a whole nother.
And then Randy, I want to say this too to the people in my district. we don't never want you to think that we're not. It takes time for us to get some of these things that that really needed. When you're out there and you know, it takes time to find the funding, and we have to look at our revenue. Like we're getting ready. We hadn't had our finance committee meeting yet, and the finance committee meeting tell us we have a budget in front of us to look at to see where we at.
Now, I think isn't there something coming up with AmeriCorps? Is there is AmeriCorps coming back to Selma?
Yeah, America already back.
They're already back. Okay,
Yes.
all right, good. Okay,
Is run out of planning and development under
Okay.
Miss Danielle Wooten.
okay, all right.
America is back.
Mhm.
They got people over there now. Young people are
Mhm.
working through that program.
Yeah, well,
They're
good.
back.
Good. And was there something coming out of this guide you wanted to go
Yes. It was something to us that helped us a lot. Our legislative cabinet members, when they gave us a lot of information on when we need to talk to someone, especially in our district, our representatives. We need to want to find out some information that we got a lot of information, and also in our guideline of the municipality mayors and council handbooks. We used to get a lot of paper. Now you don't. You can do your digital, download it of all the any information that we need.
Hmm.
This is a lot of stuff here that helps us too.
Hmm.
The league gives us the help our city to understand how it's supposed to be functioned and run.
Right.
And also it gives us as elected official, what you have to do. We take the ethics training. We have to do that too. People understand.
Yeah, because now you can go to jail if you violate an ethics law.
And we
Huh?
have to do the ethics training. We have certain reports that require of us to do, and everything is digit, and this helps us a lot too because you can always go to your phone or to your
And
laptop,
find something out. Well, that's
look
good.
up during the meetings and things, stuff like that. So they prepare us with a lot of good information.
How is the work session and the council meeting on the same day? How's that working out?
Well, when we first started it, you have to get adjusted,
Right.
to having the work session. Then you start the council meeting, but you can't vote on anything.
You're not going to vote on anything from the work session. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
But I was wondering about that. That makes sense
Yeah,
because you don't want to vote on something that you just got a hold of, huh?
Unless it's something
Simple.
No, unless it's something like they
An
say
emergency?
and then
Right.
we have to, but we try not to. They require us not to try to do too much
In one day.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but it's getting there. It's new to us. So,
Right.
You know how you have to work it out.
How's your you've been through? How many council presidents have you been? This is your third council president?
No, Corey.
So Corey was the first one,
and
then Bill Young was the second one. This is your third council president that you've been on the council with.
Yes.
So how's that going?
It's going good. We all, long as we, like I always tell all of them, long as we're abiding by the law.
Right.
And requiring the guideline that we do, we all get along.
Everybody
ain't gonna agree with everything you say.
Yeah, well, it look like people will get mad with you when you say that, but they get irritated. Oh, here go Councilwoman Thomas talking about the law.
Yeah, but
talking about abiding by the law.
Well, Randy, I'm gonna put it to you like this, and I think all of them know that I want to keep us straight. And I want to keep us out of trouble.
And out of lawsuits, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I bet you if I was a lawyer, I'd be saying, I wonder how things are going on in Selma. Let me set up camp over there and file a lawsuit. Because I know they're not going to follow the law. It's just a matter of time. I can make my money off of Selma.
Well, no, we're going to follow the law now. Everybody learn, because like I said, they got new ones coming out. So they haven't finished it. I think they have like 260 new bills and
Goodness
stuff.
Gracious.
Yeah, 200. I think it's 290 stuff.
That's a lot to keep up with.
And it's not all done in one time.
Yeah,
we get a little bit by
that's a lot of reading, huh?
Yeah, and that's when we get it. We have a Baker. He's our advocate for the Alabama League of Municipality.
Right.
He's over there. Once they get it, then they move it on to the legislature. We get it emailed to us to our email, and we look at what's in place.
Wow.
And then if we have to wait again, then it goes over to the next step of the House.
The last board I served on that was an official governmental board. We would, and it was the internet was going in, but I mean, we would get stacks and piles of paperwork that you had to read through. How do you read through a 500-page document in a couple of
really? I'm gonna tell you something. If you get something with a lot of fine print,
right, you better read it.
Read it, because you know why?
Because they're gonna get you.
There's some in there that
they don't expect you to read.
A lot of people expect you when they get a lot of people. That when you get a lot of information, a lot of people don't want to read it.
Right.
And then when there's something happened in there, and you say, "Well," they say, "Well, did you read it?"
You're gonna say, "Yeah," but you didn't.
And then that's why people be saying when you ask questions, because when you agree to something,
you better ask.
You better know that
what you're agreeing to.
And then we have to understand too, if we read and make sure that we have the funding, because people don't understand when we start all these grants, that has to be in our budget.
And you have to document it.
Yeah, and then you have to have the funding that match that requires.
Well, there are local organizations here. I'm not going to get into any details, but over the decades, there've been some groups that have lost money because it appears like you're stealing money, but they're not. They may not be stealing money.
Nope.
It might just be that it wasn't properly documented. Somebody didn't read or didn't write it down.
Like they were telling us yesterday, you have to make sure that you're applying to what required of you using federal funds.
You got to use it for what you got the money for.
Yeah, be accountable.
Right.
Like the state examiner was telling us a lot that we need to be aware.
Well, I know people don't want to hear it, but that's why Minneapolis is presently being investigated for the $8 billion worth of fraud because of that kind of stuff. See, and
And that's why I was telling people, don't get mad with us, because we're trying to do
the right thing.
Stay on the right path, and make it better for all of us.
Let's take this break, and then we will start wrapping up. Our guest this morning, Councilwoman Janie Thomas, and she just came yesterday. They had, what was it called?
Advocate Day.
Advocate Day.
That's where you got all of your municipality governments together, and they're giving us the update on the new laws and explaining, because you got a lot of new people.
Right. And they need to know. Right. Yeah. I got you. We'll be back right after these messages. Good. Now, is there anything you want to make sure you say?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that.
Thanks for the donuts.
Yeah, you always get a morning treat.
No, I appreciate that.
When you come on to the radio in the morning time, they talk. Make sure you show your hospitality. That's what my mama always tell me. Mama said, always show your hospitality.
Yeah.
Tell me that all the time.
Well, that's wise.
That's why I miss her.
Yeah, that's old school.
Yeah, that's why I miss her. I like get up in the morning time hearing that voice. And now you don't hear it. You just got to get up and say, "Thank you, Jesus."
I know that's right.
This morning.
Yeah. And be thankful for the time that you did have.
Yeah. I lost my mom in 3 years now.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Warranty work on the non-GM brand. That's right. Warranty or recalls, we can't do it on non-GM products, but everything else, from oil change, tire rotation, new tires, brake batteries,
oh yeah, I got that. When I got elected for we got our convention this year in Auburn, for Keep Alabama Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Each representative from each city.
Right.
And I got elected to go to New Orleans.
Oh.
In March.
That's the national, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the big one down in New Orleans. Where you have everybody, the representatives in place.
Right.
And represent your city, and I want to tell them about the report, how much report that we turn in of the bad use in our city. That's how we continue.
That's how you get funded. Yeah. The number of people in the neighborhood you serve.
They are heavy funding this year.
Oh, good. Well, it's needed. No doubt about that. (1490) WHBB. Our guest this morning, Councilwoman, Selma City Councilwoman Danny Thomas, Ward 7. And so, what you got?
Yeah, I want to give, as the closing going out, I want to give this notice to the city of Selma. Keep Alabama Beautiful. Our city, we have to turn in a quarterly report of how we use the bags and stuff. And I want to say to all the different organizations and everybody that was out here helping us for the ending year of for November and December, our quarterly report for the year, we used over, I say maybe 10,000 bags. Between 10,000 bags are using between people doing cleanups and litter being picked up off our street. So people need to know that the organization is benefit our city of Selma, and also we have our conventions coming up in March, and former Commissioner Rubin and we have to go to the convention. They were here last time here in the city of Selma came. So we are having one in Auburn, and we're going to represent our city. And then in March 2 in New Orleans, we have been selected to represent the city of Selma, of all the cities that have been doing the cleanup in their cities, and the people that represent their city that are being sponsored. So we can continue this program to help our city, keep our city clean. So this is good news for Selma that we are being recognized doing the beautification of our city.
Well, good. I'm glad. That's good. That's positive. That's good news. We get so much negative news. If it was negative, it'd be front page in the New York Times, Washington Post, huh?
But so that's why I like sharing with the city, the citizen in the city of Selma, what we're doing and what we can continue to do to keep on working together as a team to get to keep our city beautified when people come through.
How's Councilman Clay Carmichael doing?
Well, Clay has not been. I think he's been like be under the weather a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So far, he's been doing good.
Right.
We understand his situation. We keep praying for him
right.
and his family.
Right. He's staying on top of it, though, huh?
Yeah, he stays. He would have been with us, and
he's a good example for as a good husband, and and citizen. So
and we understand the health problem
right.
we have, but everybody can't go to all the events, but we have our support of the body of the government that can go.
Support is important. Support mechanism. Yep. Now, and we've talked before, so and so the other council people need to know that they're perfectly welcome to schedule a time to come in.
I told them, because I had told them that I said anytime you guys you're welcome to get in touch with Randy if you want to talk about some things that you're doing, you're trying to work in your ward,
right.
So to get people to understand we work together,
right?
We can get a lot of things done.
Yeah, and hopefully that message will continue to resonate. People need to understand that we don't need to be working against each other. We need to find ways to work together, and it doesn't take away. It's not going to take you to challenge your leadership or
no. And then sometimes when you can't reach a council person, we always say, there's always a number that Public Work has out there of something that you need to get done. You can always you can call the city to get that number for Public Work office out there and put your requests in. Because all the time the council people all of them not gonna be in place, and then some won't be at work. And if something come up emergency or something like that, that's how you can reach out to the day-to-day operation, you know.
Yeah.
And we do what we're supposed to do, require us to put the work order in. And sometimes things might not move fast like you want to, but we work together, you know. Sometimes we have big projects that's going to take a time for us to work on to get done. So we just want you to know that.
Be patient, huh?
Be patient with us. We're still working on it.
Yeah, well, good. Well, it's good to know that, you know, you guys are working at it and things are, you know, you seem like the tone is good and you guys are cooperating with each other. And it seems like you got a chemistry with the new mayor.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Well, no. Well, you know, I ain't never like to go to the mayor office. I just, you know, I ain't one of those people run to the mayor office. I just like, you know, I feel that
Let's just get it done, huh?
Yeah, I always feel that, you know, when we have council meeting and the mayor there, you know, if anything.
That's the time to do it.
That's council business.
That's what it's done for.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just one of those people. I don't know. I just don't believe in. You know.
I know.
So yeah. I have no problem with it.
So, you know, some people get offended by that. Well, they want, you know, you got to kiss the ring. No. You got to go through all them hurdles and everything else, and you still don't get anything done.
Well, that's why we have council meetings. That's why they give you 2 meetings in the month. You know, if there's anything that you like to address and it be documented.
And do it publicly.
Publicly.
That's called the sunshine law. Let there be light. Isn't that what the Bible say? Yeah, so, let there be light.
I enjoy working with everybody. So I have no problem.
Well, Councilwoman, thank you so much for coming. And she brought me some donuts. She brought us some donuts, y'all. I said me, but everybody in the station, you know, that likes donuts, and that's everybody. Well, you know, they'll get a donut. Every once
get you going.
Well, I'm winding down for this part of my day. I tell you, it has really been something. But thank you so much for coming.
And thank you for allowing me to come. And everybody know how I like to give an update on things that we do, especially in Ward 7. They know I'm gonna give them the full detail of when we go somewhere, when we do our training, whenever we do things. I want them to know that our city, and when I say I love Selma, I love Selma.
Right.
So our city, we involved too now.
Well, you know, and you know, I hope people understand, you know, those of us, and that includes me as well, that really love Selma, are looking for. I'm hoping that Selma will grow.
Oh, it's gonna grow.
You know, and I don't want to be a part of anything that's going to prohibit its growth.
It's gonna
or
grow.
Stun its growth. You know, and so as we look at, you know, the Bible's, again, Scripture says, without vision, the people perish.
Yes.
And our people perish for a lack of knowledge. And, you know, ignorance is bliss, but sometimes people get offended by the word. Ignorance just means you don't know about a particular subject.
And that's why people be saying, you know, it's nothing wrong with all of us staying on top.
Right.
And keep our people informed.
Right.
Of what we're doing and invite and encourage you to come to the council meeting.
But some of us benefit from people not knowing, because then I can say, well, I'm the big chief. I know everything needs to be known. You don't need to know. Trust me. Vote for me. I'll set you free. And I still got chains on my feet and hands. But that's another story.
Yeah.
Councilwoman, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Look forward for you coming back and hearing about the wonderful things the Selma City Council and the City Council President and Mayor are doing.
Okay.
Thank you for listening. We will see you, God willing, tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock, 6 to 8 for the Great Awakening, 8:05 for Viewpoint. Tomorrow's Friday. And I think we're just going to kind of recap things that have happened this week and things that are coming up. You have yourself a safe and enjoyable day. Watch the rain, drive safely. Stay tuned for Fox News on WHBB Selma. It is 9 o'clock.
It's going to get cold after this rain.
Yes,
it's warm
ma'am.
out there now, Ren.
Yeah, it's warm now?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It ain't real.